Hi guys, welcome to Techagenius Academy. We are de-industry-led training providers for those who wants to build their career in data science, analysis, IoT, device driver, embedded Linux and many more. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.
Hello guys, welcome to the Tech Genius Academy, and today we are here to discuss the next session on Linux device driver. So we have covered most of the topics in Linux device driver as basics, like how we can handle the interrupts, how we can do memory management, how we can write the basic character driver, and what are the different structures used in that writing the character device driver and all. So earlier we have discussed the Spinlock in Linux device driver, like how we can use the spin locks. And today I would just want to discuss about the mutex. So what is the role of mutex in Linux kernel, how we can use that, how we can write the mutex call, and where it will use, and what is the difference between this log mutex, so where we can use logs, where we can use the semaphores, where we can use this mutex and all. So let's get started. And Mutex in Linux kernel, it's a basic kind of sleepable locking mechanism, and you can say that it's a mutual exclusion lock. While Spinlock is also kind of mutex, but they do not allow sleeping. Mutex help to prevent the code in multiple threads that are running in a single or multiple processes. So mutex has the ownership, which means that the thread which locks the mutex must also unlock it. And basically, mutex is used to avoid the race conditions, which occurs when two or more process or thread wants to access the shared resource at the same time. But we don't know the order in which thread will attempt to acquire the shared resource. Difference between Spinlock and Mutex, you can say Mutex can go to sleep and wake up when the lock is available to that particular thread, and Spinlock will never go to sleep and it's keep on spinning over there. The structure of mutex is present in mutex.h. This is the path, you can say, like user source linux slash include slash linux slash mutex.h. So you can find over there. And the parameters is count, wait log, and wait list. So if the count is 1, the mutex is free. If the count is 0, then it's locked. So we can initialize the mutex in an unlocked state with a define underscore mutex, and you need to pass that name. So this will be done at compile time. So if you need to do at the dynamic method, you can use mutex underscore in, and you need to pass that structure, mutex structure, in that argument. And once the mutex is initialized, it can be logged with mutex underscore lock, and the same you need to pass that structure in that. A non-blocking attempt to get the lock can be made with mutex underscore try lock. So it's a non-blocking attempt, and it's without waiting over there. Or if you want to check the status and also, you can use mutex is logged or not. So these are the things. These are the basic overview of the mutex in Linux kernel. So we will use these calls to write into that character device driver, and we can experiment that how this mutex is used in that device driver. The important note you need to take care in mutex is it must be released by the original owner. The mutex cannot be applied recursively. The mutex cannot be locked or unlocked from the interrupt context. The owner of the mutex is the task in which context the mutex is taken out. If the task is no longer active, another task may release the mutex without triggering debugging warnings. Mutex can be unlocked with mutex underscore unlock. At the same, you need to pass the structure, and it cannot be used in the interrupt context. So these are the basic things we have understood in the mutex. So let's go to the terminal to write that into that character device driver. So let me go to the root. So what I have done here, so I have just created a skeleton over here. So actually we have used so many methods, so many techniques, different things in that character driver, so it's just messed up. So I have just used this skeleton, so I'll just push in this into that GitHub, so you can use as it is for the basic understanding of the character driver, and you can utilize this code, and you can add your stuffs in that. So what I'm gonna do here, so I just copy this skeleton to character dev mutex test dot c. So this will be easy to understand that basic part of that character driver. Okay, so this is the simple part, and now the first thing is I just need to create the structure, that mutex structure over here. So this is our mutex structure, and we need to do we need to create some threads over here. So we'll just increment some global variable, and also for that I need to create one initialize one variable here. Okay, so this looks fine to me. So the first thing what we need to do here is we have to initialize the mutex. So I'm using the dynamic method here, and you can use the static method too, but you need to do it globally. So if you want to do it in a dynamic way, you need to initialize in init function. So mutex underscore init address of that structure. Yeah. Initializing the mutex. Yeah. So now the next thing, we need to create the threads here to do and test the mutex. So creating the first thread, chr, okay, 1 second, chr underscore thread 1 k thread underscore run. So this is for creating and executing that k thread. So if you don't know about this thing, you have to go to my earlier videos and check out how I run this kernel threads, and how I execute it, and how I've written this. So I need to pass here thread function 1. So I'll just write the I'm just writing that functions and the structure and all. I'll just create it after this. So I need to pass null here. This is the mutex thread 1. Okay, so this looks fine to me. So I'll just write the error condition. So kernel thread 1 is created successfully. So we can use info also, and we can use error also. So if you want to use error, you can use. If you want to use info, you can use, but error will be more suitable because you're writing the in an error condition. You're just checking the error conditions. Or you can use warning too. Unable to create the kernel thread. Okay, so this looks fine to me. So what we will do here, we will just do ir underscore device. Okay, so this is okay. So I'll just copy this to create that another thread. So I've just copied this. I'm just changing that few stuffs. Return type. Okay, so this is fine. Yep. We need to stop this. I'm using kthread underscore stop. Yep, so this looks fine to me. So now I need to create that structure and the functions too. So I'm using static here, static struct, task underscore struct. I'm just writing this first structure is the return type of kthread run. Yep, this looks okay. And now we need to write the functions. I'll just write that prototype now I need to write the function body. While not of kthread should stop. Please check out my another video to check like how to write kernel threads. So I'm using log here and that streams structure. And whatever the variable I have initialized, I'm doing that. I'm using kern info. And thread function 1. I'm just printing that variable, and after that I'm just unlocking it. I'm just using one sleep here of 100 millisecond, and if you want to use delay, you can use delay too. Turn 0, and that's it. So I can copy these two. Okay. That's it. This is more than okay. So let's execute this. I need to comment this, and I need to include hours. This looks fine to me. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Some spelling mistake. That's it. Yep. So we'll just insert this. Okay, so what is that issue? I have just checked this. So the issue was in this call, and I have used the extra parameter dev and null here. So only 3 parameters we need to use here in kthread_run. So I made the changes, and now what we will do here, we will just do make everything is executed perfectly. And now what we will do here, we will just clear the logs. Yep. So ins mode chr mutex.ko. Yep. So if we'll see this, so now we are getting kthread 1 created successfully, kthread 2 created successfully, and we have inserted the character device driver, and we are getting the logs. If you'll do the d message again, so both the mutex are running. Okay, so in this way you can write mutex in character device driver. So I'm just removing the module, and you can see the lock, removing the character device driver. So in this way you can write the mutex, and you can use mutex in a character device driver. So this is it, and we'll come again, and we'll try to write more in this device driver, and I'll try to cover rest of the topics which is included, and we'll jump into the advanced Linux character drivers very soon. So please Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Thank you so much.